The liver, what an important organ. It sits just underneath the rib cage here on the right-hand side, unless you're one of the rare people who has their organs switched sides, and then you would have it on the left. But for most people, the vast majority, it's going to be over here on the right-hand side. And some people are even fans of getting under there with your hand and trying to massage into the liver. But there's lots of other things you can do for it as well that may be more effective. So what does the liver do? It's so much. It filters blood, it makes bile, it spreads nutrients throughout the body through the blood, it eliminates toxic waste, it breaks down and removes excess hormones, it stores certain vitamins and minerals for later on, like it can be it's basically a storehouse of minerals that you can tap into at a later time when they become necessary. And if your liver is healthy, you're going to have more energy, you're going to have clear skin, regular cycle without too much PMS, stronger immunity, fewer digestive issues, clearer mind, sharper mind. So you can really thrive with a healthy liver. And the liver, it has more capability for regeneration than any other organ in the body. You can even get down to having as little as 25% of your liver left and actually grow it back. It's really wild in that way. Now, there's things that can go wrong with the liver, right? The different liver diseases you can see are things like cirrhosis, alcoholic liver disease. You can have also, on the other hand, non-alcoholic fatty liver, hepatitis, you can have viral infections. And the tricky thing with a lot of these is that symptoms are not experienced very commonly early on until it's actually quite advanced. And so then you have a lot of healing work to do. Now, the liver, what's damaging the liver, right? Of course, alcohol, that's one everybody knows. Alcohol is not the friend of the liver. But the liver is also damaged by pesticides, by poor diet, by drugs, stress and hormone imbalance, and also pollution and other environmental man-made toxins that we're experiencing. So, in the liver, you have two phases. You may have heard of this, phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification. And some people genetically are really good at both of them. Some people genetically are really good at phase 1 and not good at phase 2. It can be problematic because toxins get moved really fast through phase 1 and they get backed up in stage 2. Some people, it's the other way around. So it's good to know your genetics and understand which stage of your liver detoxification needs a little bit more support in terms of the foods that you're having and supplements and herbs you might be using. So in phase 1, the liver is converting toxins into slightly less toxic compounds. And this stage is supported by NADH. So here, doing everything to increase your NAD levels is really good. This may or may not include taking NAD precursors, things like NMN or NR. And then also riboflavin, niacin, magnesium, iron, and certain indols that you find in cruciferous vegetables like indole 3-carbinol and diindole methane. And then we go to phase 2. Phase 2 is where the liver makes these toxins water soluble so they can be more easily excreted via the bile and via the urine. And so this part is supported by sulfur-rich foods and compounds. So here we're looking at things like eggs, cruciferous vegetables again, garlic, onions, and leeks. And then you may think, oh, I've heard about like bitter herbs for supporting the liver. Bitter herbs actually generally are going to support both stages 1 and 2. Schizandra as an herb is a great example of something that supports both stage 1 and 2 liver detoxification. And then vitamin C is another one worth mentioning here because the phase 1 and phase 2 can create a lot of oxidative stress and can actually be hard on the liver. And so vitamin C is going to protect the liver from oxidative damage. And then what foods are going to be good for the liver? We look at things like sour foods, fermented foods, leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables. You've heard me mention quite a few times already. High antioxidant fruits can be helpful, again, for that oxidative stress that the liver gets hit with through the detoxification process. Local honey, coconut oil, and apple cider vinegar are other friends of the liver as well. So that's food-wise. And then herb-wise, some of my favorites here are reishi mushroom, great liver tonic, schizandra, as I mentioned, milk thistle is classically one that's going to be supporting liver detox, and holy basil, dandelion, and licorice root. So those are on the herb side. And then the last thing I want to mention is that stress is very hard on your liver. So the more you can do to reduce stress, the more your liver is going to have a fighting chance. So of course, the last thing anybody who's in stress wants to hear is, hey man, stop stressing, take it easy. But you it's not all up to you. You can take supplements. You can do lifestyle practices, right? Like you can take things like reishi and a holy basil that are helpful with stress. You can take magnesium that helps with stress. You can take CBD. You can meditate. You can do breathing practices. You can exercise. You can spend time in nature. You can go for a walk. There's lots of things you can do to help modulate. You can look at adaptogens like reishi, like ashwagandha, like rhodiola to modulate your stress response. So it's not just a matter of using mind over matter to chill. There's things that can help you, and you should take advantage of some of these things, and they in turn will be helping your liver as well. So that's the liver. It's so important for so many areas of your health, and well worth the time to work on your liver health.